Rose the Allison. Tell that story. I go to a share every morning.
All right. Nachman, hit the live thing.
Live. Nothing to hit. It's live.
It is live. Beautiful.
Okay, so let me just say this very quickly once, and then we'll say it again at the end. For both sides, this is the last time we're going to do this. On this side, you're going to just put a check by the kid sizes or adult sizes. And you can just
This is for the Hanukkah party on Wednesday.
Yeah, on the flip side, you're going to write your name, how many kids are coming, and the sizes that you put. So we can give it to them. Okay? That's it. Please don't mess it up.
All right, Freilich Hanukkah.
Flip it. It's on. Yeah, it's on the wrong side.
Oh, it's on the oilam? Okay, good. All right. Daf Vov Omid Aleph. Yeah, that's so short. All right. So yesterday we were discussing Gzeres Chachamim on Kusim. What's wrong with the Kusi? If the Kusim they were Gerim, my time of Gazru Burabanon. Ki Hod Reb Shimon ben Elazar Shadri Reb Meir Lasui Chamre Bekusoi. Reb Shimon ben Elazar sent Reb Meir to bring wine from the Kusim. Ashkiche Ahusava. So this old man met him. Now every time it says in Shas Ahusava, and it says it many, many times, maybe 30 times. So Tosfos always says on the spot, Ahusaba usually means Eliyahu Hanavi. And Tosfos always points out that there are a few places in Shas that it cannot mean Eliyahu Hanavi, such as in the story with Reb Shimon bar Yochai that he killed Ahusaba. It's impossible that Reb Shimon bar Yochai killed Eliyahu Hanavi. Or when Eliyahu Hanavi met Ahusaba, that's one of the rayas. Very good. Omar Lei. So he said, so here's the pasuk in Mishlei. There's two psukim in Perek Chav Gimel, pasuk Aleph and Beis. It says, we're Daf Vav Amud Aleph. Ki seishev lilchoim es Moishel. Chulin, Daf Vav Amud Aleph. Very nice. What does Ki seishev lilchoim? Anybody know what the word lilchoim means? Fight. So over here, it means to sit and eat. When you sit and eat, that's why I ask. Lilchoim, Moishel, when you're going to sit with the ruler to eat, bin tovin es asher lefonecha. You should know what's going on. And the Gemara is going to explain this pasuk later. And now the Gemara says pasuk beis. What's pasuk beis? V'samto sakin with, it's like a sin. Sakin biloyecha. You should put a knife like in your throat. In bal nefesh adam. If you're a kosher person, pashup pshat is if you're a kosher person, or according to Rashi over there, if you're a bal nefesh, you're adam kosher, you're gonna make sure food doesn't go into your mouth. The sakin is in your mouth. That's how the Gemara is dashing. Let's see what the Gemara says. Omar lei v'samto sakin biloyecha in bal nefesh adam. If you're adam kosher, don't eat, do not drink this wine from the kusim. So Reb Meir, who sent to get the wine, came back. They told Reb Meir is the one that sent. Reb Shimon ben Elazar came back to Reb Meir and said, "Listen, the Ahusaba, this one old man. Obviously, over here it seems like it's Eliyahu Hanavi, because based on this old man, Reb Meir says we have to make a gzeira. Let's be geyser that their wine is no good, because an old man over there said, if you're a bal nefesh, if you're adam kosher, pretend that there's a sword in your neck and don't drink it. My time, what's the reason? Omer Rav Nachman bar Yitzchok, demuz yoina matzu lohen beroish har grizim shahoyu oivdim. There was the kusim. Some of the kusim lived on har grizim, and they worshipped something that looked like a pigeon. And therefore, Remeir letamei the chayish lemiyuta. Remeir all over Shas says we have to be concerned with the minority. What's the minority?
They still live there.
And Har Grizim.
That's the shomer.
Yeah, different. There's different. Now Rashi just says here, what's the miyut?
Even though there's a miyut,
Where's the side of this machlokes? We find it by Yibum. When the Torah says that the brother dies, the other brother has to marry his wife, but if they're minors, they shouldn't, because we have to be choshesh on the very slim chance that the minor is going to be a saris or she'll be an islandess, and therefore it's also for them to get married because they're eshesach shaloi b'makom mitzvah. You're not allowed to marry a sister-in-law. It's only 1 in 1,000. I don't know what the number is. That it's a saris. Rameir says we have to be chayshish for miut. They point out, even the other Rishonim point out, Rameir is even in a case of lekula. He says you have to be chayshish for the miut, even lekula. A very interesting Tosfos here. Bereish Hargrizim says, brings Tosfos a medrash that this avodah zarah shehit min Yaakov tachas ha'ela b'har Shechem. In the Torah, right before the story with Rachel, mamish a few psukim before, it says Yaakov Avinu went and took all the avodah zarah of Shechem after they wiped out Shechem. He took the avodah zarah and buried it. Says Tosfos that this is the avodah zarah that it's a few in the same parak. They found it years later, and they worshipped it. They found it. No, I mean you said they found it. The Gemara in Avodah Zarah talks about what do you do? You have to say michnas. You're supposed to destroy it, and the Gemara says don't put it in the wind because then it could go into the field. Don't put it over here, so then people find it under the ground. People say so maybe it's next to the bezdin. They'll know that it's from the dead. But kids you see that people can find Avodah Zarah. It's a big problem. Says the Gemara, Ugazaru Baltamiyuda. Very Gamliel based Dino Nami Kiremeis Lahu, and there Rabbi Gamliel also holds like Rameir that just like we don't drink their wine, so too we have to be chayshish for the shechita of a kusi. So we can't eat the meat of a kusi. Says the Gemara, Pasha de Krobe Maiksiv. This pasuk, Kiseshav Lulchaim, as Moshel, which the old man, Eliyahu Novi, or whoever the old man was, used this pasuk as a mashal. He didn't use it as the literal pshat in the pasuk. He said, "Listen, don't drink the wine. Pretend there's a sword in your neck, in your mouth. Don't drink it." But what's the pasuk pshat in the pasuk? B'talmid hayoshev lifnei rabbi. You have a student sitting in front of his rebbe. The Torah b'chiyah kiseshav lilchem es Moshel bin tovin es asher lefonecha. Bin tovin means, bin is the same lashon as tovin. It comes from the same word. It's the same shirish. But bin means to ask questions in order to understand. You ask in order to understand. V'samto sakin b'loyecha im bal nefesh ato. Says the Gemara, im yoydet halmid b'rabbi shidel achzoloi tam. If you know that the Rebbe is going to be able to answer you bin, then you can ask questions. V'im lav, the kids Rabbi said from today on, be mine in this Gemara. V'im lav, tovin is asher lefonecha. Look at Rashi. Rashi says, V'im lav tovin is asher lefonecha mi'atzimcha v'al tishav v'tivayishenu. Where's Menachem Mata when I need him? V'im lav tovin is asher lefonecha. Yeah, he's ignoring this thing. Tovin is asher lefonecha v'samta sakin beloyecha im bal nefesh ato. So what does it mean? If you're a bal nefesh, so over here the pshat changes. Before we said in bal nefesh means if you're adam kosher. Over here it means in bal nefesh ato if you have a taiva to ask, and you know your Rebbe is not going to be able to answer. No, like most people in the middle of the shir klali. Why do you ask a kasha? Because you want to show that you know what you're doing, but you're not really looking for the answer. You want to show if you could get the Rosh Hashiva, that's the best. No, if you could stump him, but that's a taiva. In Bal Nefesh Hata, if it comes from a taiva, proishe meno, go to a different place, go learn somewhere else. That's not your place to learn. Okay, it's yisoid.
I mean, so it has nothing to do with kashrus. It has to do with.
Yeah, the Gemara is learning the pasha pshat in the pasuk is kiseshev lilchaim. If you're going to sit down and learn Torah from somebody, and you want to ask him questions, you could ask him questions if you know he can answer the answer. If you know he can't answer the answer, don't ask him. And if even so you have a taiva to ask him, then go somewhere else. Right. So exactly. That's why I said it. It's mischalef. In the pasuk, it's with a sin, and we say it with a sin. In the nach, it's with a sin. I mean, did I say sin samach? In the Gemara, it says it with a samach. In the pasuk, it says it with a sin. Yeah.
Okay.
Rabbi Yitzchak ben Yosef Shadri Rebavo Lasui Char Bekusoi. Rebavo sent Rabbi Yitzchak ben Yosef to get wine from the Kusim. Ashkechei Usava, again, he met the old man. Could be it's Eliyahu Novi, according to Taisus, could be someone else. Omalei, Les Kan Shomri Torah. What are you doing here? Nobody here keeps the Torah. Halach Rabbi Yitzchak v'si b'dvarim lifnei Rebavo. There's a chain here. Reb Ami Reb Asi decreed on all the kusim at that day that they are considered goyim gemurim. That's it. Because what happened? Because Reb Avo went and an old man went over to him and said, by the way, all these kusim did not show Torah.
That was it.
So that was it. Eid echad. That's why they say it's very mistaber that's Eliyahu Navi. The old man told him that they're all kusim.
It's what to the bicycle 1-8.
I'm saying,
Come on, Moshe Aaron can't be made together.
it gives it strength. It's not just the old man. The old man comes and
Not
says,
good enough answer.
okay.
Okay.
Not good enough. It doesn't matter. It doesn't make a difference who he is. One person, one
Fine.
eight. You can't be bicycle.
Yeah, but he's a kusim.
We're not saying that we're poison.
He
We're
doesn't
not,
know the answer. He's telling me he doesn't know the answer now. I
think-
want to so he knows the answer. I want to know the
yeah, you're being mevayish me. You're being mevayish me.
That's it. That's it. No more
Fine.
questions anymore.
She was worth it, this Gemara. The point is not we're soymach on Eliyahu Navi. When Eliyahu Navi comes and says something, you take it seriously, then maybe they did the research or whatever it is. Not that we're soymach on him. The Navi says it. They said there's not a single Shomer Torah. It's a joke. It's not a joke. You have to take it. It's Xera. We're not passing. This guy's a goy. He has no bris milah. Don't eat from his food. Lemai. What does it mean that they made him a goy? They made all the kusim goyim. If it's for these two things that we discussed up until now, we already said that according to a mayor, these guys are under yayin.
That's on
And-
the mayor. Who's closest to Cheetos?
The meal, right?
Maybe this is the pull-out.
Okay, you mean
Yeah.
say there and shchita? Whose guys are in shchita? Reb Gamliel, like we had yesterday. Says the Gemara exactly. Inu gozer v'lo kiblu minayim. Reb Meir was gozer, they were mekabel. Also, Rabbi Rasi gozer v'kablu minayim. So Rashi asked the question. Reb Meir was before Rabbi Rasi. He was greater than them. So how come when he was gozer, nobody was mekabel, and all of a sudden Rabbi Rasi was gozer? Says Rashi because in that generation of Reb Meir, they were still very close to the Kutsim. They had a relationship with them. So it's very difficult when you have a relationship with a guy, with a Kutsim, and say all of a sudden, oh, these guys are goyim. But they're our best friends, they live in the neighborhoods. In later generation, when there's already separation, it was easier to be goyzer. My goyim gemurim, Omer Rav Nachman bar Yitzchok, levat rishus v'liter rishus. So it goes like this. This is a sugi in Shabbos. I have a very crude diagram here. Ignore this.
Where did you steal that from?
Don't ask. Yeah, it's not very nice. Okay, so let's say this is a chutzner, okay? The way it worked in those days, people had their houses and they had a courtyard. In this courtyard, they did everything. They did the laundry. You can see it till now in Yerushalayim in some neighborhoods. They had a well, they had an oven, they had whatever they needed to do. And all their houses opened up into this courtyard. What halacha does this courtyard have? What do you say? This is like a Rosh Hashanah. Yeah, because it's open here to Rosh Hashanah. No, but kids, it's not a Rosh Hashanah. Fine, call it whatever you want. We'll get to the sugya. It has halachas of Rosh Hashanah. I'm not saying what it's called. Call it caramel. It's fine. Caramelis. So what do you want to carry here on Shabbos? What do? You have to make an eruv. What does the eruv do? You take a piece of bread, and we're all mishtatev in the bread, and this rishus becomes one, becomes like a rishus hayachid. That's if every single person that lives here is a partner in that bread. What if one of the people forgot? He was away. So what he has to do is, and it's Shabbos. Here's a big chiddush. On Shabbos, the Jew that lives there can be mevatel rishus. He says, I don't live here. I'm giving it away. I'll give it to you. Even on Shabbos, you can like make a kinyan or you can be, sort of like hefker. I'm mevatel my rishus to you guys, and then there's one. No, that's something. That's the area of Chulin. No, we're talking about an area of mamash eruv. No, you can't have. Come on. Now, if the guy is a kusi, if it's a guy, the only way to get a rishus from a guy is if you rent it from him. Then it becomes yours. But the guy doesn't have permission to say with his mouth and say, "Oh, I'm about to rishus." Says the Gemara that a kusi has halacha like a guy. He can't be mevatel. He can't give away his rishus. Levat rishus v'lit rishus. Ukidasai Yisrael mumar.
They were going to that.
What?
They were going to that.
Yeah, he was a. Oh, you're saying they were geyser to the goy? No. Who said? I thought it just couldn't be mevatel. Okay. Uga the sang Yisrael mumar. A Jew that went off the derech. Mishamer Shabbatoi bashuk. If he's careful about a Shabbos in public, nobody knows he's Michal Shabbos. Mevater rishus v'neshus. Then he's like a regular Jew who has the right to give up his rishus, be mafkir and be part of the eruv, or let his rishus be part of it. If he's Michal Shabbos before Hesya in Mevater rishus, then he has halacha like a goy. Yisrael nois rishus and Mevater rishus ubegoy achi yiskor. A guy has to rent it physically. You can't just do it balpeh with your mouth. Keitzad omer le rishusi knuyi loch rishusi mevutelas loch kana ve'enu tzorich liskos. You don't have to make an actual kinyan as long as the Jew gives over his rishos with dibur. It's enough. And we were guys around the kusi that he's not like a Jew. He's like a guy. Reb Zeira v'Reb Asi ikalu lepundiko diyoy. They both went. They stayed at an inn in Yoi. They got room service, and they got these eggs, these roasted eggs that were in wine. I guess the wine softened it a little bit. I don't think it gave it too much taste, like we're going to see soon in the Gemara. Reb Zeira loy ochal. Reb Zeira didn't eat from it. Ravasi ochal. Omalei Reb Zeira Ravasi. And now we're going back to the sugya. We're going to have a few stories here of the sugya of whether or not HaKadosh Baruch Hu was machshel a Talmid Chacham with the Isser. So here we have two Talmid Chachamim. We have Ravasi who ate this food that had wine in it. And we were already geyser on wine of the Kusi. Omalei Reb Zeira Ravasi v'lo chosh ma'ale taroiv is Demai. What about the fact, forget the Kusi, sorry. We're talking about Demai here. Demai. Did I just say sorry? Is that why it went off? Is it sorry? No. Okay. So the problem is that the Amoretz owns the inn, gave them wine that's mixed into this tafshil, and l'chayra it's d'mai. They didn't take meiser, they didn't take trumas and meiser. Omalei labadatoy. You're right. It's a very good point. I completely forgot about the slight problem of the mai, and I ate it anyways. Omer Reb Zeira, efshe gozru al taroiv is the mai. Is it possible that a mixture of the mai? What's the mixture? Because the eggs is the main thing here, but it has a little bit wine mixed in it. So maybe this little wine, is it possible that's aser? Umistayim milsa de Ravasi lemechel isura. How's it possible that HaKadosh Baruch Hu let Ravasi eat something be'isur? As we're going to see tomorrow's daf, the famous story with the donkey that didn't eat isur. So he's going to let an animal. He's not going to let eat an isur, but he's going to let a Ravasi eat. So he went out and he searched the inyan, and he found this nan. If somebody takes wine or buys wine in order to put into the muryas is a certain food they made out of the fish juice, out of the brine. Luntis is a very interesting food. It's basically like human pasteurization. It's like this drink. It's a joke. It's a drink that you, after you come out of the hot tub or the spa over there, so your body's really hot, so you take this drink and it cools you off from your toes to your head. It like gives you this cold shock. So this aluntis, he bought wine. The Gemara in Avodah Zarah talks about he bought wine for the aluntis. Karshinin lasis mahem techinin. Karshinin is vetch. Does anybody know what vetch is? I didn't either know. Here, this is vetch.
Now we understand.
Yeah. Where's Karshino? What's Karshino? This is Karshino.
What is that?
It's vetch. It's a plant. It's like a legume, like something in that family. Yeah, you could eat it. Not cannabis. So, Karshinin lasismim tchinin. He has this legume, this vetch, in order to make tchina from it. Some sort of, he was gonna grind it down and make something out of it. Adoshim lasis memrisisim. So basically, we have two things here. We have the food, the bean. Over here, we're talking about lentils in order to make resisin. Resisin is the food. You buy wine in order to make this murias. So there's two things here. There's the outcome, the food, and then you have the raw ingredient. Chayiv mishum demai. So if you buy the ingredient as is whole, you have to take trumas and maestros. Why? Even though you're going to mix it into food and make it a food and make it a taroivas, but right now it's not a taroivas. Right now you bought it as is. But certainly if you I'm sorry. If you have the whole thing, then it's chayiv mishum demai. And certainly if you know for a fact they didn't take trumas and maestros, vein atzma mutarim. If you buy the final product, you buy the murias, you buy the tchinin, whatever it is, then it's a mixture, and a mixture, says the Gemara, there's no demai. And therefore what? Therefore Ravasi, who ate the roasted eggs with wine, wasn't over, because it's a mixture, and a mixture of demai is mutter. That's what it says over here. If you buy the mixture, the final product, it's mutter. The main ingredient, if you buy the plant, you buy this veg as is, then you would have to do trumas and maestros if you bought it from Amaretz. But if this is already grinded into food, then you don't have to.
Why was the no issue of stam yayin in this egg that's in the...
Because it's part. Oh, you mean it should be maybe in that generation? Maybe I don't know.
Sorry?
Bottle, yayinesach, bottle. Yeah, that's the whole sugin of it is
This is proof that the whiskey and the pork is okay.
Still searching. Is it for taste? Is it for taste? Here, so we're gonna see. We're gonna see in a second. Ask the Gemara, but like Gozra al Taroivas Demai, they didn't make a gzera on the Taroivas. Ravasi did do an aver. Why? A person gives his neighbor who's the wife of Amoritz dough lefois, and he tells her, go ahead and bake this for me, ugder levashel, and go cook this for me, and you don't have to worry that maybe she went ahead and she switched it out and she put in her yeast or her ingredients, her tavlinim, her spices. But if he said, go ahead and make it from yours, now, what's the problem? The problem is that we just said that a mixture, you don't have to worry about it. So how come over here, when it comes to spices, it's also a mixture? So how come he has to worry about it and he has to take meiser? Shani Hassam, says the Gemara over there, the kivin the kamar lo asili mishlechi kiman da orbi yadayim dami. He told her, I want you to make it. So she became his shliach, shlucha shalom k'moisai, and therefore it's as if she started out with it. And when you start out with an ingredient, that you do have to take meiser from. Only the final product you don't have to take meiser. Okay. Rafram Omar, Shani soy v'tavlin, the l'tayma of it. If you put in the spices for seasoning, for the actual taste, v'tayma loy bottle, and when it comes to taste, it's not bottle. But I'm assuming when it comes to the wine in the roasted eggs, it's not for taste. It's more like a mayonnaise and egg salad or something to give it to soften it up. It was roasted, it was hard, really hard, and so they threw in a little wine, but not to give it taste. Ask the Gemara, are we not worried that she's going to steal? That this Amoretz, since they're not makbid on Trumas and Maestros, maybe they also like to steal, because they're already stealing from the Kohen. They're not giving him what he deserves, so maybe they steal. In other words, like the guy in the plane, like the fake story from the plane, according to Dailam. Weren't very happy with the story. Well done. No, but he didn't like the way his pastrami looked. He liked the Jewish pastrami, so he switched. The Amaretz also. She sees, this looks like good dough. My dough is shvach. Let me take his, and I'll do switcheroo. I'll give him my dough. It's not meiser. Too bad. So we have to be choishish. Maybe the Nana Amaretz should not take anything that the Eishes Amaretz bakes for him. If somebody gives to his mother-in-law, and over here you can insert any joke you want. Meiser Maaser shunoisin lo. He has to take meiser beforehand. Veshunoitel mimeno. Very interesting. He has to take meiser beforehand. Why? Because maybe she's gonna chop it from him later, and he won't know, and he will forget to tell her. So he has to take meiser beforehand, not to be machshaler. Veshunoitel mimeno, and also what comes back from her, he has to take meiser again. Mipnei shechashudo machalefesamiskalkel. Because we have to be worried that a mother-in-law is gonna switch it out. So you see that we are worried that we're choishish. Oh, and that's the Gemara's terror. It's only mother-in-laws do such a thing, and it does make sense because a mother-in-law wants to do good for his son-in-law, but a regular person, not his mother. Oops, I wasn't pointing at you, Mendy. I was pointing at Levi. Mendy, does your mother-in-law watch? Says the Gemara, I don't understand in the Kasha. It's mamish mefurish in the Mishnah. A mother-in-law is worried about her daughter. She wants her daughter to have the best food, and she's embarrassed from her son-in-law. So Mela, she'll switch it out. But a regular Amoritz will not switch it out. We're not worried for them stealing. They're not going to steal your stuff. Well, in those days, even up until very recently, I know in the time of the Chafetz Chaim, they used to sleep, the Bachram in the yeshiva, they didn't have dormitories. So the guys used to, what was it called?
Tag.
That was eating. But this is also similar. This could have been tag. This could have been tag. This cast tag. Bekitzer, he's a guy in yeshiva, as we're going to see. He gives his host, he gives the food. Says the Mishnah, Ma'aser shunoisen lo veshunoitel imeno. Why? B'bnei shechashudo machalefes. Now, very interesting. Rashi points out here. Rashi makes a deal because if you look at Omid Aleph, it's another Mishnah in that parak. It says b'bnei shechashudo machalefes hamiskalkel. Over there, the Mishnah says that we're worried that the Amoretz, the lady, is going to switch out something that gets ruined. Over here, the Mishnah doesn't say anything about ruin, just plain straight out stealing. So says Rashi, we're worried that she mamish steals, not because she's trying to fix something. There's an afkamina if somebody does something out of the good of their heart, like a mother-in-law. It's miskalkel, so I'm going to switch it out so that my son-in-law doesn't find out. She's not doing it out of bad, she's doing it out of good. But over here, the Mishnah doesn't say miskalkel. The point is, because the Mishnah is talking about a bad person, somebody that just steals because it's good for them to steal, not because they're trying to help you out. And that's why the Gemara says Rashi, we have to be choishesh for stealing. Nami says the Gemara, no, she's not a bad person. There's a Moira heter. What? She's a good person. She doesn't want...
He's going to eat good and I'm going to eat cold.
No. The opposite. I don't want it to cool off. By the time he gets back from yeshiva, he's going to be late. It'll cool off. And he won't have good food. I'm going to eat the cold. Let me give him the hot. So she's a good person. She's doing it for a tayelas. And that's why Rashi says Rashi, that's why he doesn't say miskalkel, because adarabah. It's not a kilkul. It's not that it got ruined. It didn't get ruined, it just got cold, and that's why she's trying to fix it over here. And l'toivan miskavena, says Rashi, I'm doing it for the good, not for the bad. Exactly. But a regular amaretz maybe.
We're not worried.
But we're not worried. Over there, there's a reason to worry because she has a connection with this bacher. She wants the guy coming back from she would have food. But regular amaretz, we're not worried, is gonna switch it out and steal. Over here, there's tremendous machlokes Rashi and Tosfos how to understand the sugya. Very interesting sugya. You have a woman, according to Rashi. We'll start over with the Rashi. Eishes chaver, the wife of a Talmud Chacham, could help out the wife of the Amoritz to grind down the wheat and make flour. When she's Tmeya, when she's a Nido. Why? Machlokes Rashi and Tosfos. We're talking about the Amoritz. I'm sorry, the Eishes Talmud Chacham. When she is a Tmeya, so she's not going to touch the wheat. she's going to be careful not to touch the wheat. So we have no problem that maybe the Eishis Amaretz is going to touch it, make it tummy, and give it to the Talmid Chacham. So, but whose wheat is this? This is the Amaretz's wheat, and the wife of the Talmid Chacham is tummy. She's not going to touch when she's helping. She's going to do it from a distance. She's going to push the stone, whatever. She's not going to touch the wheat. And Memela, we're not worried. She's going to go like this and touch it and put it in her mouth. She's not going to eat it, even if it's tummy from the wife of the Amaretz.
So why are we not supposed to?
Because she's tummy, she's not going to touch it. Since she's tummy, she's not going to touch the wheat. She's not going to eat it. Aval loy bizman shitoira. She's helping out. They asked her to help out. But if the wife of the Talmid Chacham is tahar, so she's not allowed to help out. Reb Shimon ben Elazar says no, regardless, no matter what the wife of the Talmid Chacham, if she's tahar, she's not allowed to help out. Because the wife of the Amaretz is going to give her food and eat. And what?
She's stealing from her husband.
She's stealing from her husband, says Rashi. The little that she gives to the wife of the Talmid Chacham is stealing. Says the Gemara, Hashto Migzal Gazla, and if she steals from her husband, Chalufim Mebaya, certainly from a stranger, she's going to switch out. Ask Tosfos a couple of bomb questions. A wife is allowed to take a little bit and give to her friend. A husband is not makbid. Like we see in the Gemara, that if a poor person comes to the door, the wife is allowed to give a shekel. We don't say, oh, she's stealing from her husband. He's not makbid on small amounts. Which husband is going to scream at a wife for giving her friend, for helping her out? The lady's coming and helping her. Oh, you gave 2 pieces of flour. That's A. B, how does the wife of the Talmid Chacham have the right to help the Amaretz if she's Msayel De'over Aveira? There's no, she's not doing any Trumas and Meisers. She's doing Tumah over here. How could she do it? Says Tosfos, therefore, the whole sug is the opposite. The person that owns the wheat is the Eishis Talmid Chacham. And the person who's Tamei and Tar is the Amaretz. They're makbid on Nida. So when she's Tamei, she's not going to touch anything, and therefore the wife of the Talmid Chacham has nothing to worry about that her flour is going to get Tamei, because she's makbid on Tumah, and she herself is Tamei, she's not going to touch anything. Says the Gemara, and therefore, but when she's Tahar, we're worried she's going to give her to eat. When the wife of the Amaretz is Tahar, we're worried that she's going to pick up and give her friend.
But,
yeah, no, she's going to take from the wheat.
Who?
She thinks she's tar.
Who's going to take?
The Amaretz.
It's not her wheat. She's going to steal.
She's helping.
She's the Eishis Talmid Chacham that's going to
How does it work?
Eishis Talmid Chacham is going to take from the wheat.
So let's see.
Like taxon, you can't have a person helping you with food.
Oh, yeah. The wife of the Amaretz who thinks she's tar is going to make everything tamei. No, she's makbid. She thinks she's when she knows for a fact that she's a nida, she's not going to touch anything. But when she thinks that she's tar, she's going to touch, but she's really tamei. She's going to make everything tamei. Now, Reb Shimon ben Elazar comes along and says that we have to worry who's going to give who. Here's a chiddush. He says a friend of the Amaretz is going to take some of the flour and give it to her. Another friend. He pulls out another friend there, and that's gzeila and memela. If they steal, they could also switch it up. Right. That's what I said.
Something big, he would be.
Right, 100%.
It would be gzeila.
That's right. That's right. It's the husband stuff. Kol ma shekona isha kona baila.
Are you sure that
If she runs out your Ferrari, then
I tried once to quote this Tosfos to my wife. No.
she said it's not what?
His wife was the what?
Omer Rav Yosef. Omer Rav Yosef. Hasam nami. Now you mevayish me. Hasam nami Muriya v'Omra. Says the Gemara that she has she could be Moira Heter. Torah medashi kochel. She's mamish lamden. She says, look, it says in the Torah that l'sachsim sor b'dishoy. If your animal works for you in the field, you can't muzzle him. You could eat the food. So I can't muzzle my friend. Why? And there is actually halachas like that in a bakery. You know, if somebody works in the store, you have to be careful. So Mela, she has her. That's why she's machlef. That's why she's goizel. But masha enkein. By a regular Amoritz, if you just ask Amoritz, here, bake this for me, there's no reason to be Choshesh, they're going to switch it out. When the Amoritz is helping you out and working with you, she has a Mariheter, I deserve something for my work. That's what, employees do that all the time. They take a little bit from the pushka and they say, I deserve it, I'm underpaid, v'chudu, hara seter.
Why is it exempt?
What?
Why is it exempt?
100% is Gzela. Oh, you're asking why it is?
Yeah.
They made it tonight, I don't know what.
You're not allowed to take something else. You can only have it.
Ooh, who says that? The art school brings that? Very good. You hear what he says? He says that you're allowed to take for yourself, but you're not allowed to give it to somebody else. And over here, the Gemara was saying that a friend of the friend came. The friend of the Amoritz, another Amoritz came and gave.
The process says that you're not allowed to put in the cave. When you work in the field, you're allowed to eat. You're not allowed to put in the cave. You put it in the cave, you take it home. You're not allowed to take it.
Right.
So is she Choshesh?
Whatever you can eat. Not a regular Amoritz. Only somebody that works on it. That's in that specific case where she helped out the Eishes Talmid Chacham, or the Talmid Chacham helped her out. When there's a situation of helping, then she pays the employee. Then we're Choshesh for Chaluvi. But a regular case, our case, where you give the Amoritz dough and say, bake it for me, there's no reason to be Choshesh of Chilufa. Hey, Rabbi Yeshua ben Zeruz.
That's the line you like.
Hey, Rabbi Yeshua ben Zeruz. Rabbi Yeshua, the son of Zeruz, ben Chomev shel Reb Meir, lefnei Rebbe, al Reb Meir. So, you mean there's a lot of words here, but these are complicated. Who is Reb Meir? Who's Reb Meir's wife? Bruria. Who's Bruria's father? Very good. Chanina ben Trazim. So why does the Gemara say over here that Rabbi Yeshua was the son of Zeruz, who was the brother-in-law of Reb Meir? The brother-in-law of Reb Meir should have been the son of Rabbi Chanina ben Trazim. Okay, fine.
Was killed. His wife was killed. His daughter was killed. Did he have two daughters?
Yeah, and he had 3 daughters. The other daughter was in jail because she walked nicely. The whole thing. And Reb Meir went to save her. That whole ma'isa. Fine. Basically, there's a Eidos testimony that Beishan, Reb Meir decided that even though you take Trumas from Maisros in Beishan, so real quickly, Bisman only Dagon is you take Maisros min HaTorah, vegetables only Midrabanan in Eretz Yisrael. In Chutz La'aretz, only Dagon is Midrabanan, and vegetables you don't give Maisros at all. Comes Reb Meir and says Beishan is considered Chutz La'aretz, and therefore no Maisros. Vidr Rebbe is Beishan Kul Al Yodei. Since Rebbe said it, Rebbe said that's the halacha. Beishan is Chutz La'aretz. Everybody ganged up against him. For years, generations, we said you have to take a meiser. Who are you to come along and make up a new chiddush? So he said, "V'kitas nechashan choishes." Chizkiah took the snake from Moshe Rabbeinu, Asher Asa Moshe. Because they used to worship it. He said it like a derogatory name, Nechushtan. The great kings that destroyed all the Avodah Zarah. Why are you deciding to destroy Moshe Rabbeinu's Nechash and Nechoshes? There's a beautiful Rashi here that says you saw it in the Chinuch that you have to leave your kids something to show them that they're great in. Otherwise, they'll feel that you took away everything from them. You're too good. So they left their what? A kosher outlet. Fine. So they left this Avodah Zarah. It's a shayla how they did it. They left it so that Rebbe could come along. Who was it?
Somebody's going to end up doing it. Chizkiah. You don't know for sure.
Chizkiah, in this case.
Maybe someone's not going to end up doing it. So you leave it. Hopefully.
No. So they said that was min hashamayim. They mistook it. Right. Okay. Fine. Let's stop over here. Have a freilich Chanukah.
Hashem is dying that everyone should have something to do.
It depends. That's one shot. Doesn't mean
they'll leave you today. They'll leave you today. They'll leave you.